Hi, welcome to the low country of South Carolina. And I am Brian, the naturalist engineer. Today, I want to talk about two things. First thing I want to talk about, SNAP benefits, food stamps. I was on them at one point in time in my life. It was after the 2008 collapse. Had a master's degree in industrial engineering, yet I couldn't find jobs to save my life. During that time, the SNAP benefits helped me support myself so I could go out there and look for jobs and could do better at job interviews and actually have a chance to do something. But even with that, I was still struggling just to find any work, whether it was just random survey work or AutoCAD drawings, tutoring students. I was struggling. A lot of people were struggling, and this wasn't even my area of expertise. So I am one of those people who was looking for work and working and still struggling at that time. And not everyone has a family to fall back on. Some people are estranged. Some people are in a new place. So before you go judging somebody, I right now am an industrial engineer for the Boeing company. I used to be on food stamps, SNAP benefits, and unemployment. I wasn't on them for very long, but guess what? Sometimes people need them, and people don't abuse them as often as you think. So before you go running your mouth, just remember, a lot of us out there have been down on our luck, and it's our system that puts us in a place where we have to rely on these buffers. And most of the chaos introduced in this system, yeah, a lot of us has something to do with that and we don't realize it. But really, it's the folks that have the biggest levers to pull that can control it the most. And they don't do enough for our benefit or for even the long-term benefit of this planet. So, this is a two-part video. And once again, my name is Brian. I'm the naturalist engineer, and we're here in the beautiful state of South Carolina and the low country. And yeah, we'll do a third part and talk a little bit about the nature around here. A little bit of a golden top related to goldenrod, and there is some saltbush, female. In industrial engineering, we see things from a systems standpoint. We see there are many paths in life. Everything has a probability that there's some sort of optimal behavior you can look for in your system, and that you shouldn't always look at it from one point of view. We have been looking at it too much from the short term and from a human standpoint, without considering that by doing that, we're also not looking into the future, even for within our own lifetime. So, what am I going to suggest to you? Get a vasectomy. Sterilize yourself. If you're female, get an IUD. If you feel up to it, and I know it's invasive, get a bisalp. Sterilize yourself if you're female. Don't have any children. If you must have a child, only do one. One and done or none. Why? Everything's going to shit. One day, places like this will be far and few between. And this is brackish water. Our fresh water is threatened. Our land is threatened every day by overdevelopment. We are over-consuming fresh water. We're over-consuming food. Wild mammals account for less than 7% of all the biomass of mammals on planet Earth. We're losing bird species by the day. We're losing viable soil where producing food is becoming more costly. Non-native invasive plants are on the rise. We have social breakdown. Greed is part of what fuels a lot of this. Greed runs rampant just like evil. Evil is permitted. The definition of evil to me is that it's permitted, okay? So if you don't have a system, back to my industrial engineering, with a check and balance, which also harkens back to how our government's supposed to work, but it is very imperfect and it needs to be improved. If you don't have that, chaos tends to happen. I don't necessarily want to call evil. It's more so that greed, evil, things like that, they create a system instability. Okay? Whenever you have some sort of instability, you inherently create waste. And to me, I equate waste with suffering. Okay? Let's say you're parents and some snake oil salesman tells you, oh my God, everything's so great. You could pump out like 5 kids and live just this great, glorious life. We've got you set up in this nice house. It's corporate paid. You're going to be on the payroll forever. Oh, and Jesus loves you. Jesus has got this. God's got this. Then one day you feel a little bit like Job. Job market dries up. Your boss tells you to go pound sand. Your wife cheats on some other guy who has more money than you. I'm making this stuff up. But all those promises were false. You should have seen it. You should have seen it coming. But you wanted to trust it. A lot of people really believe the words that are coming out of their mouth because, frankly, they are stupid. Or they don't consider that what they're doing, as benign as they think it is, as being chaotic or evil. By telling yourself just because you have the right to do something in the moment when everything's on fire does not mean you should have children, okay? No. It means you need to get smart. It means you need to realize what we're up against. Right now, we can't afford shit. We can't afford things like we used to. The life that our parents had is not our lives. And it was unsustainable in the first place. We have been living on borrowed time since the 1800s, to just be straight with you. So, once again, get a vasectomy. Now, before they take that right away. Take the power away from these people. So I'm going to recap this and I'll try to do a little short video version of this right now. Okay. Check this out. This is what a sable palmetto does after it's gone through a burn. Pretty cool, huh? Even our sable palmettos are fire resistant. See, a lot of this is like this is all native. Salt bush, a bunch of panic grass, loblolly pines, live oaks, sable palmetto, dwarf palmetto, and just a whole other assortment of various species. But this is the real world to me. So once again, my name is Brian. I'm the naturalist engineer, a voice of reason in the low country of South Carolina. And I'm here to talk to you today about being child-free for all of us. A few reasons why you should be child-free, or at a bare minimum, if you make a mistake, one and done or none, okay? So come with me on this little walk and talk here. Here's the reason. By giving children into the system, you are giving the greedy and those in control more power. They already have the power. You don't have the power right now. We have a lot of things against us right now, and until we pull back on those reins, they're going to have power. We keep giving them their power. We can't catch up enough with the people that are being born to educate them and arm them in such a way to actually take on these criminals and these greedy billionaires at the top. And not just that, the millionaires too, and people even in my position. I don't deserve the amount of money I have, and I'm trying to give away as much as I can, and at the same time educate people. Another reason you should not have any children. You need the money. Right now, things are working against you. If you have a child, you're just adding fuel to the fire. Not only are you giving greedy more power, but you're helping destroy the planet that much faster. There's 8.5 billion of us. The world can't even sustain 1 billion of us if we're living in a much more humble lifestyle than Americans. Ask yourself, why do you want kids? Even if everything else is perfect, it's not for everybody. And having a kid, especially nowadays in our society where you don't have a village raising a child, it's you. It's mostly you. Oh, black racer, nice. So think about that. By having a child, you are subjecting them to the moral dilemma of being alive, which is just a personal preference of mine. But more importantly, you're subjecting them to an inevitable ecological fallout that's coming around 2050. And, see, low country. Beautiful, huh? It's relaxing out here. Even though I'm talking about an important subject. Yes, your kids will be cursing your name. If they know any better, and if they knew better, they would be cursing your name because you knew better, and you saw everything, you saw the writing on the wall, and you decided to be stupid and selfish and have a goddamn kid. Don't do that. Use your money instead of spending it all on your kid and all on your little life and wasting your time just trying to raise this kid or kids. You could be out there trying to learn more about the world, know as much as I know or more, and help actually conserve land like this. Help the future. Help the people who are already here that couldn't help being here. People like me, people like you. You didn't ask to be born, did you? No. So why not spare yourself from having a child and do everything you can to help love the children that are already here and use as much of your resources and power and time to help your world around you. It will benefit you personally in the here and now. I'm telling you this. We need to normalize the child-free lifestyle and to take our power back until this system starts to go in a better direction and until we can actually support people who are already here. We need to pull back on that power. This is the check and balance. This is where we hold a lot of our power, not just how we vote or how we spend our money, but once you have a kid, that is a sunk cost. You are forcing that kid to now have to pay for themselves just to live. They have to work just to live. And that's another victim for the system. So don't have a child. Please, for God's sakes, don't have a child. So I said my piece. I hope you'll consider what I said. So please, as soon as you can, get a vasectomy now. Have a conversation with a significant other. Make the choice today to normalize being child-free and hang out with child-free people so that you could see how it can be normalized. This is not our fault that we're in this position, but it will be our fault if we continue down this path of not being adults and doing the responsible thing by taking back our power and withholding our power. Just like we're going on strike, at a place of work, like a union, we're taking back our reproductive power by saying, no, fuck you, we're not having any kids. We're not giving you future slave consumers. We're not going to hamper down the system. We're going to arm ourselves for who is right here, quality over quantity, and we're going to fucking take back this planet, and we are going to protect nature. Who's with me?